Hey, it's Sean Wynett here with Blue Cow Marketing. I'm going to show you in this video a tip for keeping your ads organized within Facebook Ads Manager. Now, the technique I'm going to show you here is something that I developed in working with another client that has been working really well for us. And now, if you are doing Facebook ads where you're doing like one ad here and there, this may not be something you want to do. But if you're getting serious about running your ads, the best way to do it is to actually develop several different ads for different offerings you have, different services as well, so that you're trying out different creatives, different headlines, different copy. What I mean by that is, let's say you are running an ad for a specific service that you have. Well, you're going to create a campaign for that. Maybe it's an acquisition campaign to try to get people to start to engage or go to your landing page or whatever that is. Now, within that campaign, as you see here, we break it down to the next step, which is ad sets. That's where you start to target different types of people on the Facebook network. It can be by geographic region, it could be by interest, age, male, female, a whole bunch of different things that you can use to target those ad sets. Within an ad set, you can have several different ads. And I recommend, just by example that I've been using, is anywhere from 5 to 7, sometimes even more ads running in one particular ad set, because the Facebook algorithm is going to start to deliver those ads to that audience. And while you may think that one ad is the bang on perfect ad, it may not resonate with different people. So if you're running different ads, it's going to run that budget that you have set on the ad set level and start to distribute, the 5, the 7 ads to those different audiences that are there. And over time, you're going to see that some ads are actually going to be the clear workhorses. They're going to start to get more engagement, more conversions, and some are just going to fizzle and die, so to speak. So you'll turn those off. Now, here's where it starts to get a little messy. If you start to be launching a bunch of ads and creating ads over and over again, your ads are going to be distributed through all these different ad sets and these different ads and different campaigns. And when it comes to saying, oh, we want to change out some of the copy, you got to go find them all, right? And it becomes a bit of an annoyance. So this here is a great way to keep it organized. What we're going to do here, and this is using my agency account. Now, this is not my reseller agency account, but this is stuff for our ads. Now, we primarily don't run too many ads for ourselves as an agency. We just don't need to. So that's why there's not a lot going on in this ad account. So what we're going to do, and this is what I recommend that you do as well, you're going to create a campaign and you're going to give it a master library name. So I'm going to go create, I'm going to call this, I'll do it all caps, Blue Cow Master Ad Library. Okay. And it doesn't really matter what you put in here. I mean, you can put a daily budget of 5. You're never going to actually run this. Okay. What we're doing is we are using Facebook, an ad campaign, an ad set to start to develop more of a library, right? So we're going to leave everything out and we're just going to save to draft. Okay. So that's going to create that master library. So we're just going to close that out. So now that we have that, I can actually turn that off. Doesn't really matter. So now we're going to go to the ad set level. So think about the ad set level. And this is the one that we just, created an unnamed one. Your ad set level is going to, actually, that's an ad. Let's go back in here. It's actually, I'm going to delete that. Just don't want that in there. Okay. So we're going to create now folders. And folders would be the different ad sets. So hang in with me here. This is going to make sense in just a few moments, okay? So I'm going to go in here and we're going to use our service. So this could be digital. Actually, no, here, let's do video production. I'm just going to do 3 for us. You're going to create categories for the different services or types of ads that you would run, okay? So I'm going to do video production. I'm going to say save to draft, make sure it's in here, which is perfect. We're going to skip the ad part. We don't want to do that. So we're going to save that to a draft. Okay. Come back here. Now we're going to create another one and I'm going to call this one what we want, the master library. And we'll call this one marketing I always spell things wrong when I'm doing a video, so there we go. And maybe we'll do one more. Now you could have, 10, 20, 15. You might just have 3, right? Doesn't really matter how many you have, but this is going to make sense in just a few moments. So we'll do the last one here. It could be book advertising. That is a really bad spelled word. Okay. So now that you have those, right? And again, we can turn those off. We don't need those on. As you start to now develop your ads, right? What you're going to do is, let's say we're doing one here on Facebook or on video production, right? So I'm going to check the little box here. I'm going to go into that ad set. There's going to be nothing in here. We're going to go ahead and create an ad. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and create that ad. I don't need to show you how to do that. And then I'll come back once the ad's created, because I'm going to show you then how you actually get this to really work to the best of your advantage. Okay. So just hold on a second and I'll be right back. Okay. So since I started to develop that ad, I changed it from video production to web design just because I had the creative available for that. So here we go. We've got it under the master library, web design, website audit here, just an ad. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click publish anyway on that ad. So we know we're not going to run this ad from this campaign. So even though it's going to be published, what we're doing is we're sending it to Facebook for approval, okay? Keeping in mind the campaign is turned off, so it's never going to run live in this stage. This is where you send all your ads this way to Facebook for their approval. And obviously they may, reject some of them depending on some of their policies and things of that nature, but you will get the notification that it is approved. Actually, it'll come through saying that your ads are approved and running. Don't be alarmed with that. It just means that the system thinks it's running, even though your campaign is turned off. Because we go back here and we look at that campaign is turned off, so nothing is going to run. Okay. So you build all your ads in that level, right? So what I would do is I would run maybe 5 or 7 different versions. If I'm trying to promote, let's say, this website audit, I try different headlines, I try different images and things like that, because it's going to be helpful. Now, when it comes time to actually build out that campaign, what we're going to do is we're going to run an actual real campaign. Okay, so that's where we would then create that campaign, create the different ad sets for that. Now, when you get within an ad set in here, let's say, for example, we are going to go into here. Let's go ahead and just create that part right now. I'm just going to create this, and we're going to call this web design. I'm going to call this acquisition. And my lovely spelling completely has that probably mutilated. There we go. Acquisition website design, complementary website audit. Okay. Perfect. So buying type is auction. We are looking for our objective being, it could be traffic. In this case, we are then going to be sending them to, so they come in here, convert, coming to this is traffic to the page. What we really want to report on is conversion, right? Because we want to convert somebody into actually going ahead and going through the process of booking this right here. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to use traffic because I'm not going to run this. Okay. So our campaign budget, we can go in here, give it a daily budget or a lifetime budget. Let's just say I like doing lifetime budget. So if I'm going to run it 7 days and I'm going to $10 a day, right? So maybe that's $70, right? We're going to put in there. Now in the ad set level, we can give it a name right here. So we're going to call this one, I like to give good naming conventions. So web design, comp web audit. No, we're going to have Canada biz owners, and maybe we'll go 30. Let's go 35 to 55. Okay, age range. right? This doesn't have no functional part. It's just so that when you look at it, you know what you're doing there. We already know that we're going to be doing ads. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip that ad at that point, and we're just going to go save that draft. Okie dokie smoky. Here we go. So here is this campaign. We're going to go in. We're going to check out that ad set, and there it is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and click edit, because now within this ad set, this is where we can go and start to build out who that audience is. So we wanted to run it for, let's say, 7 days. So it's 28th when I'm doing this. So we're going to go, it's going to go to there, right? Then we can start to build out there. So Canada, we picked the age. So we went from, I think it was 35 to 55. There we go. And detailed targeting. So what I'm going to look for in here is business owner. Actually, let's see what comes up here. Business ownership, interest, titles. So small business owners is usually what I'll pick. I'll pick a behavior. Right, we'll see what we got here. So 270,000, not too bad. I won't go any more detailed than that. I'll pick the age range. I'll go here and do that kind of stuff. And I could save that audience if I want to. So we're going to go down here, automatic placements. I like to do manual placements for these ads because, I'm not really going to send it out in Messenger, and I'm not going to really send it out in their audience network. I like doing Instagram and Facebook, which is great. Now you can be completely objective to that and do something different if you want. I'm not using any videos, so I don't have to worry about a lot of that content and optimize for link clicks, whatever the case is, right? We're just going to go here and say publish. Okay. All right. So once that's in there, it's obviously there's no ads showing up. So when we come over to the ads side here, what we're going to do here is I'm going to say create an ad. And we're going to give it a name. So complimentary website audit. Here's where a lot of the naming comes in. If I'm going to be writing my creative, I may want to do 3 different versions of that, and maybe 3 different copy versions, 3 different creatives, right? Would ultimately give you 9 ads, right? If you do the matrix logic there of going with, image 1, copy 1, right? And then you go image 2, copy 1, image 3, copy 1, image 2, copy 1, right? And go through there. You're going to end up with 9 different ads in those varieties and combinations. That's the best way to go about this. Okay, so I'm just going to click that. Perfect. Okay, so here we are in this part of it. Obviously, I'm going to pick my page here. So as we go through the ad, what we're going to do is we're not going to create the ad. We're going to go and we're going to take it from an existing post, and we're going to find the post ID. Now, here's where it gets a little bit ninja, okay, for lack of a better word. We can just close that out. Once you go ahead and get your ads approved in here, right, the master library, right, and then they tell us that, the ad is approved or whatever the case is, right? If this is the ad here, right, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the view chart. It's going to pop out with this little window, and it's going to show up here. You're going to click on these 3 little dots. You're going to come down to more options, and you're going to go to manage Facebook comments. Okay, hang in with me. This line here, the very last collection of digits, that is your post ID. Okay, the manage the comments shows you what the ad would look like here. You're going to copy this. When you go back to, and what I normally do is I open this up in 2 different tabs so I can go back and forth and not have to keep shifting. But when we go into edit this ad that we're just creating, and we say edit post or enter post ID, and we paste this in here, we hit submit, watch what happens. It's going to pull in that ad. Okay, it's linking that ad that's in your library to your actual live active Facebook ad campaign. Why do you want to do this? Because over time, if you want to make adjustments to ads that you want globally to show up in many different ad sets that you have there, because you can reuse that same ad in several different ad sets. And one of the techniques is to have many different ad sets. Because in reality, the Facebook algorithm works in a way that if you have an audience of, let's say, a lookalike audience of your previous clients, right? If you're not familiar with lookalike audience, you can upload your current clients or Facebook fans and say, find a lookalike of 1, 2, 3%, right up to, I think it's like 10% of that. Higher percentage, the further it's going to stray out from that. But let's say it finds a lookalike audience of 100,000 people, okay? Well, you run ads to that 100,000 people, it's only going to find a subset of those to serve those ads to. You duplicate that lookalike on the exact same audience, it's going to serve it to a different set of that 100,000. Okay, the algorithm's going to do that. So by having multiple different ad sets to those lookalike audiences, you can reach more people, right? And test out your different ads. But by having them all running under one specific library, so to speak, under the master library, all I would need to do is if I wanted to go in here and I go into the actual ad, right, which is this one here, and I go and I make an edit to this and I say, okay, you know what, this ad, I don't want to use this image anymore across all my campaigns. All I would need to do is go in here, change it once, publish it, and once it gets approved, it's going to be updated on all the other ads or ad sets that this one single ad is connected to. Okay? That's the power of doing it this way. Otherwise, you'd have to search through all your different active ads, find those images, change them out, and it becomes a big time suck for you. Okay? So that was the purpose behind this video, was to show you this technique of using a campaign as a master library, build your ads, get the approvals in there before you start running your campaigns, and then use that right click or that option to go to the manage the comments. And if you missed that part, go back in the video and watch it, because that was the big eye opener to get those, where you get those, right here, that post ID up in the top, because that's what you're going to enter in to load that ad into other active ads. Okay. And also, if you've got other campaigns where you've got a couple ads in there that are, not really good, that, they're not working very well, but you've got other ads that are performing well, just go into those ones, click edit, and go enter post ID and pull in one of the other top performing ads into it versus deleting the ads that are in there going forward. So hopefully that helps you. If this is too advanced for you and you want to get some help with your Facebook ads campaigns or creation or setup or whatever that is, please reach out to us. bluecow.marketing.ca or even bluecow.advertising.com is another website that we have. I'd be happy to have a call with you and see where you're at and be able to give you some direction. And if it's a fit, maybe we can work together and get your business more lucrative, growing more leads for you using Facebook ads. Thanks for watching.